Okay, what is going on, everybody? Just gonna go right along. So first off, I want to say prayers go out to the students that were on the bus this morning in New, I believe. The school bus was hit by a dump truck, and the whole entire bottom of this school bus was laying. It was bad. It was really bad. So I just remember looking down and reading the message, and my jaw just dropped, like, because I didn't see New Jersey, I just seen school bus. And it freaked me out because, like, what would happen? I don't want to know what would happen if it was my niece or my nieces or my nephews. I've kind of been in those shoes before and lost my 11-month-old nephew in a car wreck, and my sister-in-law. So it's pretty hard. My oldest nephew now survived it, and he was 3, but anyway, it really freaked me out. So I really just want to send prayers out to all the school kids out there that take, well, any transportation is dangerous, y'all, but school buses are huge, and it's a lot of metal, and it's really just scary. Especially those that travel on interstates and going high speeds and everything. Just anyway, if you get a chance today, just take a moment to pray for those that were in the wreck and their families, for that community, because God forbid if any of those children die, it's so hard on their classmates to witness something like that, and especially at that age. It's a really hard age. If you remember 6th and 7th grade, coming into puberty and coming into your own, you don't know yourself. It's really hard without adding tragedy on top of that. So my heart goes out to those on the school bus in New Jersey. I believe it was New Jersey. If I'm wrong, it was New York, but I'm pretty sure it's New Jersey. And I'm just going to keep an eye on it and check for updates and everything. Anyway, so I just really was going to come on and do a meditation and everything, and it just kind of threw me off, all of that. Really excited. Going to completely change gears here. Really excited this weekend. It's Friday and Saturday. If you're anywhere near Alabama, it's in Point Mallard, or it's going to be at Point Mallard, which is a water park. It's not far. It's about an hour from Florence. I'm not sure what town it's in. Go figure. Anyway, the first night is going to be somebody. I can't remember really. I'm not really sure of the lineup, but it's going to be some really big names. I know that Zach Williams, Plum, Noah, I can't think of his last name. Some really good contemporary Christian artists are going to be there. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fellowship, and it's going to be free. They accept a $5 donation at the door. They are also taking new, slightly used shoes for the homeless. Okay, so just been thinking a lot about fellowship and living according to God, and like my YouTube channel is completely separate from like my family. I don't advertise my YouTube channel except for on Twitter. I don't really even know how many friends that I have on Twitter that I actually know in real life. So it's kind of like, it's not 2 different lives. I just don't blast I don't blast all of my business out there. Plus, family tend to be pretty, and not everybody's excited about Christ. I'm just saying. So anyway, I am so excited. Like this morning, I really had just a spiritual awakening, and that I am so glad to dedicate my life to Christ. I am okay with not doing drugs anymore. I am okay with not living in sin, not waking up every day with us, because I had the chance to live. Really kind of just don't plan on it. It's not in my deck of cards right now. I'm not sure what God has in store, but getting in a little my kids ministry team. I am a part of the worship team, and I'm also a leader. I do sermons and stuff like that. I've got a video in here showing a little bit of what we do. It's exciting. It's life altering, man. These kids have saved my life, and how can I sit and talk about God and how great God is without living it? Like, you can't, hey, I love God, and you're living your life as a Christian, because it's just not that way. My preacher said it best, that being a Christian is a job, and it is, because you're constantly trying to learn and feed feed your relationship with Christ, feed your knowledge. It's a constant intake. And I've heard it said best also that when you put into yourself, what you give back to other people is overflow, because you can't give to others what you don't have yourself. So, you have to constantly feed that. And doing my YouTube videos keeps me in the Word. It keeps me in my Bible. It keeps me in a meditation. It keeps me in a routine. And I'm really not that great at it, because I missed quite a bit last week and the weeks before. But that's okay, because Mike Speed, I have my own demons, and the devil likes to tell me that I'm not good enough to sit and make YouTube videos, because nobody wants to see it. And that's okay, because, I don't care if I have 1 subscriber or 2 or 2 million. I'm really just here because God is to put a little knowledge in my noggin, and so I am going to share it with whomever may be willing to listen. I am not perfect. I do not claim to be. I do claim to be a child of God, and I'm so excited about it. Like, I am just elated. Used to, when like a guy would try to holler at me. I'm just gonna put this up there. Like, usually a guy would try to holler at me. I wouldn't mention that part. I would kind of save that for, oh, well, by the way, being a Christian means living different. It means a lot. It means so much, and I love it. I'm so excited. When it puts somebody special in my life, he will, and it will be somebody who shares the same desires of the heart that I do. I really wish that I could go back to my 14-year-old self and shake me and say, hey, look, this is not the life you want to live. Here, it's over here. And it took me to the age of almost 35. Well, we'll say 34 to realize that. And I've known it. I've known it so super strong this past year, but I have not lived by it. I have a relationship with Christ, and you don't, you kind of don't know where you're at, and you're stuck, and you want to show glory to God because you know that he's there, but you don't know where to start. Really, starting is just, for me, it was learning these lessons for kids ministry. Like, that's really what got me interested in it. It's some really amazing stories in the Bible, and I've known that, but the lifestyle that I lived did not require a Bible back then. It needed one, It should have had one, but it didn't. So anyway, just getting off in it, diving off into it. I open the Bible and just normally I have a few places where I'm looking at or where I might be reading at, and just go from there and just kind of find something similar to where I'm hitting on here. And usually try to tie it all in together, but I'm not going to today because I didn't have time. And I got to start cleaning because it's Thursday. We have class. Okay, so May 17th. As you sit quietly in my presence, remember that I am God of abundance. I will never run out of resources. My capacity to bless you is unlimited. You live in a world of supply and demand where necessary things are often scarce. Even if you've heard enough, you see poverty. It's impossible for you to comprehend the lavishness of my provisions, the fullness of my glorious riches. Of my overflowing vastness. These glimpses are tiny foretastes of what you will experience eternally in heaven. Even next to it is faith to receive. Rejoice in my abundance, living by faith, not by sight. And I'm game. I am game. I don't care if it makes me uncool anymore. I don't care because it makes me have a purpose. And I've never had one now. So, yeah, I had a purpose, but it wasn't like, a profound purpose. It was an aimless, just, anyway. So, super excited about everything. So happy. Abraham and Sarah, that's kind of what we're talking about. But I haven't really studied a whole lot on my particular lesson point. We're talking about this coming up Sunday, we're talking about how it's just easier to lie to get out of a situation than it is to be honest and face the angels. I know that in it, Abraham lied to the king about his wife, Sarah, said that it was his sister, because back in those days, the king would take a wife, anybody's wife. He saw a woman that he wanted to take to his chambers. He did. He didn't ask anybody. He was the king. And if the man had anything to say about it, usually the king would kill him. And so, just talking about how it's easier to lie to get out of a situation than it is to be honest and deal with the consequences. And, yeah. I was talking to a friend last night that I grew up with about lying, and we were talking about how, just being dishonest is, he was on an honesty kick. And that's another thing that I love about following Christ is you have to be honest. Like you can't genuinely follow Christ and walk around lying. I mean, it doesn't go hand in hand. Yeah, it's a double negative. It just doesn't fit together. So I think it keeps me honest, it makes me want to be honest. Not that, it holds me to, I'm a Christian, so I have to be honest. No, I'm saying that I want to be honest because I don't want to walk around having to remember what I've lied about. I will forget what I lied about and I will mess my own self up. And I'm not doing that. So today it feels really good to just be able to get up and go and not worry about, okay, well, I told him this lie yesterday, so now I just got to watch out. No. Honesty is the best policy. It will get you far in life, and the world needs more of it. I'm just saying. So, I challenge each and every one of you out there to be as honest, even to yourself, as you would want others to be honest to you. Nobody wants anybody to go around lying to them. And then you have to like guess everything that they say. Well, okay, they're lying. Every conversation, like I really try to not surround myself with those kind of people, with a few exceptions, but not many. Not very many. I can't tolerate it for too long. That anger problem kind of comes into fruition when I have to deal with people that aren't honest. I don't like it. I don't want to be around it. So yeah, anyway, honesty is the best policy. Use it. Stop and say a prayer today for those poor kids on that school bus. I'm not sure how many have passed away. Either way, it doesn't matter. It was traumatic enough for those poor babies. If anybody didn't pass it, still got to be traumatic. So real quick, I don't know if this book has anything about honesty in it. And it doesn't. Dreams and goals. Let's do that one. So, I hope everybody has a great day today. I hope everybody had a great day yesterday. I hope everybody has a great weekend. It happened this morning. It's they're live right now. It just happened. It couldn't have happened very long because they're still live on Facebook. With half of the bus over here and half of it over here. Like the whole top part of it's over here and the whole bottom's over here. It's pretty sad. And of course, I'm not sure if they've released any injuries or deaths. I just know that they said something about one of the people that was on the live feed said something about that they took 10 to one hospital. So I don't know if they took a certain amount to another hospital. I'm sure there was more than 10 students on the bus. I'm hoping that maybe that was all that was injured. I'm not sure. It requires a prayer though. For sure. For sure. Being a woman of action, and funny we got all guys on here. In the same way, faith by itself, if it is not accompanied by action, is dead. In the same way, faith by itself is not accompanied by action, is dead. It's pretty good. Pretty profound there. James 2:17. Lord, I want to be an action or man, a woman or man of true faith. Faith by itself, if only thoughts and words, is dead. It has to be accompanied by my deeds. See, talking it and walking it, two different things. You know what I mean? It's going to have to go hand in hand at some point in time if you want to do it honestly, truthfully, with all your heart. Lord, I pray for the wisdom to know when to take risks. Lord, I pray for the wisdom to know when to act and when to wait. That's my problem. I have a problem with them acting. Maybe sometimes. Help me to know the right thing to do and the best time to do it. Put true faith into me, Lord, so I can perform the good works you have for me to accomplish. It's pretty profound. This book is pretty profound. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. This is prayers with purpose for women. It can be for men too. And then this is my meditation book. Is Jesus Calling, and it's really, really good. It goes day by day. It's torn apart because my dog decided that, okay, well, if you're going to leave me alone in this room, I'm going to eat the one book that means most to you. So he ate my cover. And then, of course, if you don't know this book, maybe you should get to know it because I heard that it's pretty important. I'm just saying. Get up at all. It just depends on my lesson at church. It depends on if I get on here. If I don't get on here, normally I don't. I mean, to be quite honest with you, but it's something that I need to do. I don't know. Anyway, so I love you guys. I hope you all have a great day. Know that God loves you and I love you and I'm here for you. I had a friend reach out to me last night on Twitter about some stuff going on. And I'm here, man. Anytime anybody wants to talk to you for anything, Mike, you know that. I try to be a positive reinforcement. That's not always. It's not always managed. Maybe that's the word I'm looking for. It's not always managed properly. Anyway, so I'm here for you if anybody needs anything. And challenge each one of you, say a prayer, not only for these kids or on the school bus. The Bible is your life as of today. Love you, Jenny. Thanks, Philip. And yes, it is a great it's great. It really is. It's just so great. Like, I've always been super bad about starting something. Like, this week I'll do real good on reading my Bible. And next week I'll do real bad. You know, anything like. So this is the one thing I really try to put my stock into. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to go clean and get ready for classes tonight. You can go on my Facebook page. I don't care to put it out there. I just don't post dirty stuff or cuss words. That's all my family and church group. So, but yeah, you can go on mine. Just PM me and I'll send my Facebook handle to you if you don't know it. Yeah, Facebook is kind of my private world. Real world? Not private world. Real world. No. Right. Hey, love you. Great day. Challenge to pray for all in back and forth to school. God just be with us, watch over each and eventually the student. Just be with them and give them the knowledge and the ability to drive with smart reflexes, paying attention to what they're doing, God. In the crazy world of the hustle and bustle, just watch over each and every one of them. Watch over us as we're out there traveling. Also, God, it just are so dangerous and scary to the children. And we just pray in your name that no one passes, that the injuries are limited, but that we as your children pray and be there for those in need, to continue spreading your word, God. Thank you. Thank you for another chance. And that's another thing, like, I haven't been doing is like praying before I get off here. And I want to start doing that because I've been wanting to do it and I just haven't. So anyway, I love you guys. I hope you all have a great day. Retweet if you don't care. Pass this along. Share it. Love on some Jesus today, because he loves on you every moment of every single day for your entire life and then for eternity after. So give him at least a few moments every day to say thanks. Oh, cool, Philip. See, mine. I don't. A lot of mine are. A lot of mine are very positive, and I don't want to know if they're all. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to know. I don't know if they're all Christ based, but I do know that they get a little bit of Christ up in it because of me. Yeah. Anyway. Hopefully I am a beacon of light to somebody out there who might need a little bit